background to this case and what led to Subsidy Jacson ending up on death row?
Yes, so this is really a sad day, I think, for Nigerians and their rights to self-defense. Nigerians already have to provide their own security, electricity, infrastructure, and now they can't even defend themselves without being sentenced to death. And I think all of us should be very alarmed by this very unfortunate precedent. In February of 2021, we read in the news about Jackson's death sentence just as we were coming into Nigeria. So we flew to Yola and I met with his counsel. He was so poor that it was Legal Aid Council that helped him.
Thanks so much. I welcome you to Apostolic Insight. I'm your brother, Great. The Christian community in Nigeria should speak up strongly now concerning the questionable ruling of the Supreme Court about one innocent Jackson who was in his farm in Adamawa State. One dangerous, evil terrorist came to kill him, and God saved him. After sustaining injuries, he was able to overpower the terrorist and succeeded in killing him. Lo and behold, the case had been at the court. The case of murder. Supreme Court finally gave their ruling not too long ago and sentenced him to death on the ground that by the time he overpowered this murderer that came for his life, he was supposed to run and not attack the murderer, the one that came to kill him. But the Supreme Court already know that this Jackson had already sustained injury on the leg from the attack from this devil. How will he run? Self-defense is a constitutional right. This man died when Jackson was making effort to defend himself. Jackson never went to where the man is to go and kill him. Jackson was on his own. This murderer came for him, and God delivered Jackson. And the murderer was paid in his own way. He suffered that which he planned for Jackson. Why would the judiciary be involved in this type of wickedness? So they expected Jackson should fold his hand and be killed, as farmers are being killed daily. Nobody speaks for them. Nobody asks for justice. Nobody calls for thorough investigation to fish out the murderers. Every day we'll hear another one, all around the nation. Whether Enugu, everywhere, Taraba, Plateau, Maiduguri, everywhere, Christians are being isolated and killed. It's going on systematically. Yet, if they fight back, there will be public outcry. If the murderer falls victim, everybody will wake up. Why? This, justice, that. You visit the victim. You see governor that will visit the family of the victim. But those who have been killed in the past by the activities of these people, no, nothing happens. Nobody talks about it.
Subsidy Jacson, a former student in his early 30s, is facing death by hanging after Nigeria's Supreme Court today upheld the judgment of a lower court in Adamawa State. Mr. Jackson was a student turned farmer who says he was violently attacked on his farm in Kodomti Forest in the Newman local government area in Adamawa State by a Fulani herdsman known as Uba Bawuro. The herdsman had strayed into Mr. Jackson's farm with his animals, and after Mr. Jackson challenged him, he apparently pulled a knife and a fight ensued. He He stabbed Mr. Jackson a couple of times, but he managed to retrieve the knife and to stab his attacker in the neck, whereupon he died. Mr. Jackson was arrested and charged with murder. He consistently argued that it was self-defense. In 2021, he was found guilty by a court in Yola and condemned to death by hanging. And today, the Supreme Court in Abuja upheld that judgment. So he's now in a race for his life, and the only option left is to appeal for clemency from the governor of Adamawa State. So what hope does he now have of a reprieve?
Let the church leadership speak up. Let nothing happen to Jackson. He did not go after anybody to commit murder, no. He was fighting for his life. So, there is no reason why he will die, because God helped him to overpower this demon, this blood-sucking agent of darkness that said Nigeria will not have peace. One thing that Jackson deserved national honor for receiving strength to deal with the man that have made farmers, so many farmers must have died as a result of this, the activities of this terrorist. So, I don't understand why a terrorist would die while he's in the terrorist activity, carrying out his terrorist activity. Then you say somebody should have taken extra measure to make sure the terrorist will not die. What foolishness. What sounds like this? This is so strange, and it cannot be tolerated.